Hi, for this video, I'm just going to talk about why it is hard to rank games, why it is hard to rank them, and usually, I'll rank games 15 to 1 or 20 to 1. But like ranking games again, they take time, it takes planning. You gotta list them. You gotta really plan out what goes where. Sometimes they're very interchangeable in what goes here. And I rank games based mostly off of enjoyment, how much fun I have with the game, right? So if a game is not enjoyable, it's gonna go near the bottom of the list. Subscribe, guys. Thanks for watching. So yeah, ranking games, and sometimes I'll do like per like each platform. So like PS4, PS3, or PSP collection rankings or PS2 collection rankings. And like I'm ranking the best from that platform based on what I play and based on what I have, right? Most of the videos like that. So yeah, ranking games now it takes time because sometimes certain games are ranked like you might not have played in a while. So like you might not like for example Halo 4, like I haven't played in a while. Midnight Club 2, I haven't played that in a long time. Infamous 1, I haven't played in a long time. So yeah, certain games need to be replayed. So replaying a game obviously takes time, right? An older game, because replaying the game, I get to write down more points about the gameplay loop, the story, progression. Like it all comes together. And then the overall enjoyment like of that game is what's being ranked, right? That's what I value at the most. Because if you're not having fun in the game, what's the point, right? It's gonna feel like some sort of waste of time. So yeah. So Infamous 1, for example, like I haven't played in a while, but like if I was to play it now, it would kind of refresh my memory. Red Dead 2, other games I'm gonna have a great idea of, like I'm gonna have a good idea of where they rank, because I know the immersion and it has a long lasting impact like on my memory. Red Dead 2, because of its immersion and huge story, huge large scale story, and although some of the mission loops were boring, but the story, the characters, and the world is what really kept me into it, the immersion. And yeah, so yeah, by the way, Max Payne 3, a highly enjoyable game. But the reason why, Max Payne 3, if I was to rank it in terms of like games of all time, it would be like between somewhere between Black Ops 1 and let's say Midnight Club 2 or SOCOM 2. So really, those games, they're all interchangeable. They're all interchangeable. If I was to rank I do like some sort of top 30 or top 50 list. Like it's hard to do. Like, or for example, the game is not here, but what's a good example? Okay. Oh yeah, never mind. A God of War 3 is like rank what? My sixth favorite PS3 game. But it could be easily 10th favorite, right? If a certain game, Metal Gear Rising, Need for Speed Hot Pursuit, and those games can overlap it. But really, it's all based on how fun a game is and the content as well. The content adds another thing. Batman Arkham Knight and the back has a lot of content in it, despite the story being so and the gameplay loop being kind of tiresome sometimes. Like in the story, I'm talking about the story, but there's tons of side missions, side content, side challenges, tons of different players that you can play as. So, the content is what really adds to it. Content in King Kong, for example, is lacking content outside the story. It's an older movie game, right? It's a movie video game, so it's gonna lack the content outside the story. But it was a pretty fun, enjoyable experience all the way through. So right away there, King Kong is a top tier PS2 game. But if I was to rank it with other across the platforms, King Kong isn't even top 15. Really, that's not even top 15 or top 25. So Rising at Zero Dawn is hard to rank. It's very hard to rank because I felt that some of it was forgettable, but however, the experience of it was, there's not much bad to say about it. There's not much bad to say about Horizon Zero Dawn or the newest one, Forbidden West. But it just kind of feels it's gonna kind of go in a middle ranking because there are other games that will overlap it, or that I had more enjoyment with. So it's really, and at changing ranking sometimes, like you'll change your rank. Like if I'm ranking games, then you look back and say, wait a minute, why did I do that for? So you kind of second guess your decision, and then a third guess, fourth guess, you kind of go back and forth, back and forth. So yeah, it gets it gets confusing. But okay, the better are the games that are being ranked, the easier it is to rank. However, the more mediocre or bad the games are, or no, good, mediocre, or bad tier games, they are harder to rank. They are harder to rank because interchangeable experiences, right? And like I said before, I might not have played a game in a while, so yeah, the experience isn't as fresh. And sometimes though games just don't stick. There's just certain games that just don't stick in the memory. So yeah, like you will play a game, then you will finish a game. It's like wow, whatever. Tomb Raider, for example, Castlevania, which one? Daxter, but the experience doesn't stick. So which is a problem. That's why those games will kind of be swayed to the bottom of a listing,